that we can pick up, and then
yeah, exactly.
we were supposed to something, no, continue previous.
That is on that sutta which we were talking about. That is what's that? I totally forgot. Madhya Sutta.
You were saying that Phassa, we had discussed Phassa Samudaya next time.
Yeah, but before that we had some discussions and you wanted to discuss.
Yeah, so this will be our last topic, Phassa Samudaya. Before
No. After that we were discussing on chat and then
एक बार 1 minute, हाँ क्या हाँ पहला माटलो सर माटलो yeah, so this will be third topic. First two will be our discussion. That was on perception or what?
No, there are 6 ways, so we took the first one.
Yeah, my experiment of Nama Rupa.
Your experiment. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my experiment of Nama Rupa, like imagining the thumb of the right hand and feeling the sensation of the left toe.
Correct. That is an interesting thing, right?
That was kick-started the discussion, and then in that series something else also came up.
Okay, so shall we take that?
Experiment.
Okay, so now you can experiment with any part of the body.
You are recording, right? So
yes.
I will just narrate that experiment.
Yes.
Yeah. So 2 days back I was trying that. Let me try this. So I was trying to break the Nama Rupa. So from that perspective, I was imagining the thumb of the right hand, but trying to feel the perception, trying to get this body sensation of the left toe. Why I took left and right? Because left and right is very difficult to balance. So I was trying to balance it, and I realized that actually it is flickering, but both are together. So it's not possible, for me at least, that I can feel the left toe and imagine the right thumb. So then I thought that how this experiment we can discuss in terms of Buddha Dhamma. What happened? Can we derive Paticca Samutpada? Can we derive Namarupa 5 aggregates in this experiment? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so what I was saying is you can take any part of the body, doesn't matter if they're left or right. There is already a perception. Okay, the perception sanya. It will, if you direct your attention to the eyes, so the perception of eye happens. If you direct your attention to the stomach, let's say, the stomach happens. If you direct your attention to the thighs, and the thighs happen. So wherever the perception goes, the consciousness goes.
Wherever perception or attention, or both are same.
Wherever perception goes,
perception is directable, you mean to say.
You are directing, right? When you say I'm imagining, you are directing actually. So when I say, let's say I'm talking to Sachin, 2 things simultaneously happen. One, there is a sanya, then there is chetana, okay, intention, then there is vijnana, and there is vedana. All the 4 are there. It's not separable. That's what is in the Mahavedana Sutta. The question is asked, samsatta or visatta? And he says samsatta. You cannot really...
Yeah. In fact, all the 4 aggregate of the 5 aggregate are completely inseparable, and the another aggregate, which is Rupa Khanda, is not able to, it's not perceivable directly.
Not like that. It is like this. So we have a Nicha Sanya, and that Nicha Sanya makes the Rupa Sanya to be fixed. So when I see you, Sachin, like Aryu had asked this question about hairs, he didn't name whom is he talking about. So it immediately stuck to you that he is talking about your hair. And then you started doing something about the hair.
Oh, just now I came to know that. Sorry.
Right. And then he said, not your hair, it's Vilas' hair. Now this Vilas said that there is no hair. But Aryu is perceiving less amount of hair on my head. Now let's take this example. When you said hair, when he said hair, I did not do anything because I have a perception that I don't have any hairs. But why did you touch your hair? He didn't say whose hair, right?
Good example, very good example. Live example.
It has happened, right? Now you had Vedana, you had Chetana, you had Sanya, all of them together.
Yeah, and it was close to me. Otherwise,
Yeah, so
if I would have been arrogant, I would have just, okay, what are you talking about? Let me understand first.
so if you see, it has happened in front of you. We don't. It's not that you should imagine left thumb and right toe.
Yeah,
or
left
right.
and left and right I was doing it to make it more difficult.
No. It's nothing to do with making difficult or easy. It is like this. Every part of the body is a sanya. If you name eyes, automatically you will feel the eyes because the vijnana will make the eyes possible. Till you name it, you will not feel it.
Yeah, exactly. The moment when this was very revealing to me when so far we were talking that six sense fields are external, but just about 2 months back or 1 month back, I realized that when the kaya vijnana is also external, so there is nothing internal. Right?
Correct.
This body is also a perception. Every part of the body is also a perception. Is out there, just same like apple is there, this body is there.
Exactly. So you don't have to imagine, you have to visualize. And when you visualize, wherever you visualize, the consciousness enters there. It can be wherever. If you now say right toe, consciousness enters right toe. You will feel right toe.
Yeah, and the science of it happening is not is Buddha has said it is outside, right? It's for the purpose of this path of Nibbana.
Yes.
How it happens? The
Synapse.
vijnana is different things.
No, synapse in the brain.
Yeah.
What happens here is that it connects. So with all the functions of the body, the functions in the sense walking, seeing, blah blah, all of that, there are neurons which are firing and connecting. Consider the neuron to be electrical impulses. So when you say something in the mind, that connects to the respective hardware in the brain. So immediately the nerves will get the stimulus. So
Yes, but this science is not required to be understood. It's not important.
have to, but I'm
Point
just
is,
saying.
point is when Mansika, everything comes under Mansika.
Correct.
That's all.
So phassa, vedana, sanya, chetana, manasikara. So taking the same example of the hair, phassa. You heard hair, but ear did not have hairs. But you heard hair, but ear did not have the hair. Phassa happened. So there was a feeling, you got a feeling of hair. And you know the feeling is on the head only, because on the head only you have hair. But for me, did not feel anything because I don't have hair. So I thought he's talking about you.
And why I thought he's talking about me?
Because you have hairs. You already perceive. So where this perception is happening? The perception.
Yeah, but I was in so hurry to perceive this, right?
No, it doesn't matter, Sachin, whether we are in hurry or where you are relaxed or whatever. There is a perception and there is a feeling. So Sanya Vedata Nirodha is not to perceive, not to feel. Now at present, I have feeling, I have perception. Now you can't cut it. Why? Because of the phassa, the contact. Now contact with what? With what? Sotancha paticca saddecha upajjati sota vidyana. Tinda sangati phasso. Phassa pachaya vedana. Yam vedeti tam sanjanati. So take that much only. There's no need for going papancha sanya sankha and all that. So the sanya has a yes.
Quick question. So when I hear the word hair, the perception is of, let's say, sota, right? But it's shared among the kaya as well. So immediately the feeling goes to the, feel the hair ends.
See, you know what is a hair? Hair is a nama and rupa. But actually what it is patavi. But you are touching the hair, considering it to be the hair. Right? Did you feel patavi dhatu there? No. You felt hair. That is how consciousness is a magician. It's patavi. It's not hair. It's conventional to say hair. But what you felt, really, what did you experience? You experienced hair. So what did he do? He removed his headset, made his hair do something. Why? Because your question was, what has happened to the hair? He knew that he is not talking about Vilas, because Vilas doesn't have hair. So there is no perception of Vilas hair now. Till you clarify. Right. Whether it is fast or slow or medium or whatever, it doesn't matter. See, this whole sequence has happened.
See, that's the problem. We are not critically analyzing our own behavior.
Yes. So, sotancha paticca saddecha upajjati sota vinyanam. That happened with both of us. With Sachin it happened, me also it happened. Tinna sangati phasso. We had a phassa. I had a neutral feeling because I don't have hair. So obviously it is Sachin only. Simple, no?
Trick question.
Yeah, it's a very good one. But observant, if you observe, you can see the Dhamma. If you are not observant, you will not see the Dhamma.
In fact, in the auditorium also, if there are like say 10, 15 people, and if we say you come here, immediately everyone first impression is he's talking to me.
Exactly. So that you have to see. So how it happened? Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Manasikara. All the five. So because of the Manasikara, you started touching your hair and trying to look at, okay. And Aryu is not even interested why you are doing that, because he is, in his mind, it is my hair. So he is least bothered. Why are you doing like that?
Kalha Vivada, initiating of Kalha Vivada.
Yeah. So he cares a damn what you are trying to do with your hair.
Sanyas are different now, and so Kalha Vivada started.
So now you see this. You don't have to do so much to understand this. It's very like this.
This is how dispute starts.
Yes, this is how disputes start. So if you are observant like this, you know what you are talking, because there is no mention of Vilas or Sachin. So the neutral feeling is there. Unless you specifically say Sachin, then it's okay. Otherwise, either of us. Let's assume I had hairs. I would have done like what you did, Sachin, and he would have done what. Then are you seeing why they both are doing? I never said Sachin to touch his hair. Because my intention was to talk to Vilas, not to Sachin.
Just like that.
Next time I'll say my mustache. Something.
Yeah, even he has mustache.
Yeah, next time I'll say mustache.
No. This should be spontaneous. If you make it,
Repetition, Vijnana understands.
you cannot fool it now. Now you know what is going to happen. If you try now, one of us will sit quietly and ask, whom are you referring to? It is a spontaneity which will throw it out. Otherwise, now we have memorized it.
And that is the act of that magician, not you.
Yes. So now what happened? The Vijnana, the magician, gave the hair experience to Sachin. So what did he do? He did all the different modes of making his hair straight or flat or whatever. Then he said something also. Because he was not able to understand what are you trying to refer.
I said I washed my head, so that's why it may be different.
He said that. What he meant is that he shampooed his head, so it is looking like it is spread out everywhere. So he started doing like this, so that, right? Why? Just to please you.
If I would have been Arhat, what I would have done?
If you were what?
Arhat.
Arhat, you wouldn't have even bothered, because it's a concept. You have caught the concept of hair. So you would have sat like this and you would have asked a question to Aryu. Aryu, whose hair are you talking about? And what are you seeing in my hair?
It does not keep teaching, no? It is boring.
It's not about teaching. He remains silent, spectator. And if at all he wants to ask, he will ask a question. Yeah, Aryu, whose hair are you talking about? And then, no, it's Vilas' hair. Okay. He doesn't even bother. Vilas doesn't have a hair. Why are you asking him? Vilas' hair. Okay. Yes.
But if there's no ambiguity, let's say I'm talking one-on-one with the Arhat, I say, oh, there's something on your face. He would also try to feel where it is. I mean,
yeah. The one of the funny thing about an Arhat explanation is that he will stop doing everything. No, he will stop having the reality. He knows it's just conventional. In our case, we feel the conventional reality is real. So let's say if I didn't have any conventional reality, what happens? Now I just make it up. Yes, Sachin.
Yeah, so not to lose that context, we were discussing about this experiment, right? The confusing the perception and Vedana. Vedana of directing Vedana of trying to feel something and trying to perceive something. And then you said no, you cannot do that, something like that. And you also said this. I said, how can you explain Nama Rupa here? And then you said, yeah, Sankhara Pachya, Vijnana Pachya, Nam Rupa Pachya, Saratana Pachya, Passa Pachya, Vedana. All this has happened in this, right? When I was trying to feel my toe.
Correct.
Yeah. So, Nam Rupa, there, in that experience, I was trying to have the Nam of the right thumb and Rupa of the left toe.
No. You have simultaneous Nama Rupa of both.
Yeah, but I was trying, but it was not happening. I was getting two Nama Rupa only, right? But
yes, you will get two Nama Rupa. You can't get one Nama Rupa.
Yeah, I was I was failing, but my attempt to do that was nama of thumb
It will not
and
work.
and it will not work. It will happen like this only.
Yes, because both will get established in consciousness. And when you get conscious of that, Salayatana will happen. Because now you have to feel. How will you feel? So wherever consciousness goes, the Salayatana will be there.
And because this is the Salayatana only, by which I can feel, right?
Yes, absolutely. Otherwise, how can you feel? See, Nama Rupa Pachaya Salayatana. So, Avidya Pachaya Sankhara. Sankhara Pachaya Vinyana. Now you have a Vinyana which is going behind Nama Rupa, which then has a connection to the Salayatana. Then the Phassa. Then the Vedana. So now what are you trying to do is to feel the right, calling the right thumb, trying to feel the left toe. So it's foolishness. Why? Because your sankhara is what? You're creating a sankhara. So you're creating a kaya sankhara. And when you say sankhara, what it means? First we have to understand. You intend something. So now kayancha paticcha pottabbecha uppajjati kaya vinyanam. So you are having a kaya vinyana. How many kaya vinyana will come? Only one. So when you make the second call, it is like if you have a computer programming, you can have only one function call. So it will pick only one variable, but it can also pick another variable. So now you have two variables. But in that variable can be kept in only one. If you have one integer or one boolean or whatever, it can only store one value. You can't store two values. What you are trying to do is to store two values. So what it does, it creates another class to keep it. Now it made a pointer. So when you have a pointer, you can now reference it. Now you are saying, consider the right thumb and observe the left thumb. Left toe. So when you do like that, the right thumb gets created in the consciousness. And the left toe is imagined in its place. So what is created in consciousness is right thumb. But what is imagined, it's not there. So what the consciousness will do is it will replace it. Just to give you that experience.
Basically, Salayatana fails to satisfy that imagination.
Yes, so it's just an imagination. So you will not have that experience of left toe. You are literally imagining it. Okay. Now, where is this imagination? Imagination is one of the key thing in Vijnana. So if you have seen that other sutta where Buddha talks about the movie, Chitta. So he says that than any color or anything, the movie, what is created in the mind is much interesting to watch than any other thing. Okay. Why? Because it can do a lot of things like this. It can have an imagination. Yes. You are on mute.
Let us not confuse these two things. Typically, when Goenkaji says, now go to your left thumb, and I go to my left thumb, right? So I close my eyes and I go to my left thumb and I feel it. In this case, Manasikara happened.
Correct.
But the Manasikara is made of two parts. One is imagining and then it fulfilling it, right? The reality. Right?
No. In this case, you are not imagining. You are.
I'm not imagining.
You are visualizing, not imagining.
Yeah, I don't understand visualizing and imagination. You always keep telling, but
Okay,
even when we met,
let us understand the meaning of it. What is meaning of imagination? What is not there, considering it to be there, is imagination. Whatever is not there.
so unreal is imagination, real is visualization.
Correct. So if I were to ask you, Sachin, you have black hairs. Is that an imagination or visualization?
Visualize. Okay, suppose the army man, his leg is cut, but he still feel the leg, like the phantom leg, right?
Which is what I had indicated. So
Yeah,
now
indicated.
that is another thing. So let's first finish this.
Mhm.
See, are you now done with it?
With what?
Yes. With this
Visualization.
imagination, visualization,
Yeah.
left or right, all that is over.
Which is not possible, it is imagination. Which is possible, it is visualization.
Yes, sir. You had some question.
Just on the previous quick question on the pointer thing, I didn't catch the whole discussion, but one name can point to multiple things, right? Let's say you say, hey, your ear is having a problem. So I would immediately try to kind of feel both ears, right? So it's almost like two things, but the perception
It's
is the
one
same.
thing.
Yeah, that is
Because you
general-
have
general
two
word.
ears, it's like this. You're not clarified. That person has not clarified right ear and left ear. When you say ear, if you just say, hey, what happened to your ear? Everyone will touch their ear. Unless they think, whose ear is it talking about? But otherwise, default setting, ear.
Yeah. We don't go for perfection. We generally have a tendency to not go for perfection because perfection is heavy. Right? Even the word you, right? We don't always clarify. We take it personally.
Yes. Hey, you, what happened to your ear? Which ear? What happened? Hey, not yours. I'm talking about Sachin. You should have told me that. Okay. Like that. So, if somebody has not given you clarity on which ear, you will touch both the ear because in the mind there's only one ear. The quantity is two, but the experience is one.
So the perception encompasses both, let's say.
Yes, absolutely.
Because conventional discussion is also very tough if we go for clarifying everything.
Yes. See now, here you touch your right ear. You will touch right ear. Why? Because it is clear. Right. Like if you have seen that AirPod Pro, it says sound on the right, sound on the left.
In fact, even in that, there is unclarity. Exactly where to touch.
Yes, that's correct. But still, something so what he does, he'll touch everything on the hair, on the ear. Yes, go
Or
ahead.
wherever is comfortable.
Correct.
And some people are confused with the perception. When you say turn right, they turn left. So
Exactly. It's
so
because
when you bring out the name, the visualization is opposite because they got it backwards.
That is error, we can say.
so what happens? Phassa, Vedana, Chetana, Sanya. The Manasikara has a problem. It is not able to exactly match the what we can say, the command. Okay, there is always a confusion because it's created. That's the reason mind has creation. Yes.
But let's say Manasikara fails. That's why it is imagination, right? If Manasikara would have been successful, now it is visualization.
Absolutely.
Right? So it is the failure or success of Manasikara's science decides whether it is visualization or imagination. From my side, from the side of the chitta, I have told correctly, okay, that go to left thumb. Or let's say my hand is cut. I have given right command to go, but failure of Manasikara says now.
Manasikara is part of Chitta only. So it's not like that. So you can't split up Manasikara and Chitta as two separate arguments. No. Manasi, Kara.
Yeah, but this question always remains since many years that what is dream or what is the difference between reality and dream. So this is also connected to that, right? So where we can say it is real, right? And where we can say it is images.
First and foremost, you need to have a complete clarity on visualization and imagination. Then only this will work. Otherwise, you'll get confused, like what you're getting confused between reality and imagination, reality and illusion, reality and sleep or dreams and all that.
No, let's say I have,
Wait. Let me finish with our friend, and then we will take this only. Don't worry.
No, I was just thinking, like, in my example of people confusing right and left, you say, hey, right ear, they touch here. They have a visualization of the left ear, but when the right ear is given as a sound, he touches here. It's like the magician fumbles, right? I mean, it's like, he's like, here comes a rabbit, but he takes out a pigeon, right? Like, it's like making a mistake there, but it's still a real thing. It's like, he has a mapping, he's just confused somehow.
Yeah, that is problem of manasikara. So now, manasikara is having two things: attention and focus. When we say manasikara, what does manasikara do? It attends and it focuses on the subject to give an experience of the object. So when you say right ear, and then the attention is on the right ear and the focus there. But in the meanwhile, if some other thing happens within that, it will touch the left ear instead of right. Hey, Vilas, I said right ear. Okay, sorry. Right ear. Is this is where you are talking about? Not there. You see up here. Oh, okay, here. What has happened? So it's like you are correcting the error. So we keep on doing the trial and error method everywhere. So the manasikara's problem is focusing and attention. The attention span is very less actually. Okay. So that is the reason the mindfulness, sati, can only happen when the manasikara is in a normal, agreeable way. Otherwise, there is no sati. Okay, now coming back to Sachin's question. Visualize. Visual is to see. Visualization is the art of seeing what should be seen. It's no imagination in any given format. Imagination in Sanskrit or in Pali is vikalpa. You literally imagine things. You can imagine. I imagine I am sitting in California. I can imagine. Nothing can stop me from imagining that I am sitting in Aryu's home. I can imagine.
But sometimes you say visualize it, right? You can say visualize you're in my home.
No, that's the reason I'm trying to clarify. Visualization is realistic. Anything you visualize is real.
yeah, but you can sit in America is also, one day you are going to sit, right?
You are using the word visualization, but what that person is doing is imagination.
Can you visualize sitting in America and imagine sitting in America differently right now?
Yes, it is different. Why? You can't feel America.
In imagination, you cannot feel, you mean to say.
Yeah, try.
So feeling decides whether it is imagination.
You can have a perception. A limited amount of perception can be created out of what? Out of visual, right? See, how will you create California? You should have seen California. Either on the video or somewhere you should have seen it, right?
Yeah, so visuals are there in both imagination and visualization, but visualization has something additional.
Now I'll tell you what is visualization per se. Now 10 years ago I was in America. Let's say I and Aryu have gone to the same place, exactly the same place, where I have shared with him the complete detail, and he said that, yeah, Vilas, that one, no, that has slightly changed now, but overall it remains the same. Let's say I talk about one particular street. For the last 10 years in San Francisco, nothing has changed. In the Bay Area, it has remained the same. Let's say I will exactly say where it is, how it is, and all that. And Aryu goes on that road every day. He says, hey Vilas, you know what? There is a slight change. I'll send you the video. Have a look at it. Now, imagination is on top of visualization now. I'm imagining the new thing on the old one. My image remains old unless I go and see physically. Till that time, what I can do is, when this image comes, I can superimpose this video, what Ariu is going to send, so that there is a correction done. Just like Sachin, I'll give you another good example for you. Your school friend. If you are asked to remember, you will remember whenever you met him. One particular friend. Is that imagination or visualization?
Yeah, visualization, because it is.
Now they send another photograph of that friend, and he's become fat and something totally different. Is he the same person? Why? You have to now imagine.
So, can I say that visualization is equal to the images plus the feeling, right? And imagination is images without feeling.
No, don't make it so complicated. What is visualization?
Basically, I would mean to say feeling is always real.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is feeling is three: sukha, dukkha, neutral. Okay.
Yeah.
What it really means, if you know the person, if you know the place, if you know that object, you feel sukha. If you don't know the object, you are neutral. If you are losing the object, you are dukkha.
Okay, let's say I am totally imagining that I am in a swarg, heaven. I have never seen heaven, and I am enjoying it. So, feeling is there, right?
No, it is there. It is fabricated.
Okay. So basically, I am using whatever I know. Beautiful girls are there, right?
Yes. So now we will read Nanda Sutta.
Yeah, Nanda Sutta.
Okay, Nanda Sutta. Three of us can have three different imagination of the nils mentioned there. Okay. Ariu likes face. So he will imagine the most beautiful face he can ever create in his mind.
And then he will imagine that then he will say, I am imagining the heaven.
Okay. Now the same sutta you are reading, in that nymph or woman, you will imagine the one you are interested in.
So basically, you need some content to imagine.
Correct. And that content creation is papancha sanyak sankha.
And that content, you cannot imagine. That you need some real stuff to imagine.
And that real stuff, when you have, you will visualize rather than imagine.
And in that real stuff, only there is a feeling.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Ariu, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just curious about the example. You said that you have a childhood friend, right? Let's say you see him when he was 5th grade, but then every several years he sends you a new picture. So even though you sort of, there's a continuity, almost this person stayed the same. The perception is the same. You still feel like he's the same person when you met him.
Correct.
Correcting the perception, right? And the feeling is that of that person only, right? So how is that there's no reality in that? I don't understand the difference of seeing him at the 5th grade versus seeing his picture, because both our perception and feelings are the same, of the same person.
Now you try it out. Take the photographs. Try it out.
Not easy.
See, otherwise this is going to become just a discussion.
Actually, if you deeply look at it, actually the same old face is there, but you are not
superimposing on that.
Yeah, you are not clear enough to see that. You need mindfulness to decide this. You are superimposing.
what if the photo gets so good? I'm with the Apple Vision Pro. I can see the person in 3D.
You do whatever you want.
See, in your perception, new face will come, but in your feeling, still old face is there.
See, Aryu, let's take a practical example right now. We met in Bodh Gaya. How many months over now?
4.
4 months. 4 months. Have we stayed the same? But when I say, are you in that hotel? What happens?
I mean, the feeling goes
That's
back.
why it is a that's why it is Marich or what? Panya is Marich.
Kanya and Mari. Now you go back to that person who doesn't even exist, but you are visualizing, you are not imagining. Can you call that as an imagination now?
Got it. I'm getting it. Actually, that's why Sanya is called Marich and Vedana is called.
Vijnana is the magician.
No, Vijnana chodo. Vedana.
Vedana is like the water falling, bubulupama, that is bubbles.
Yeah, but we cannot play with the Vedana like we can play with the Sanya.
No,
That is
you
the
can.
point.
You can. That's the reason some people who love rains will enjoy that, even though it is piercing. He will enjoy. The person who hates it cannot stand that pinching of that water droplets.
Yeah, but the point is, even he is visualizing that rain, but the feeling is of the rain only, even though only one droplet has come.
No, wait, it is piercing. Bubulup. See, you have to really go deep into it. Bubulupama is the water bubbles. It's bubbling, right? Just think.
Can you come again? It is piercing. What is piercing?
One second. There is one person is keep on calling me. Let me call him back if you are okay. Shreyas is joining. Hi, Shreyas. He's on mute. Okay. One second. There's a call. Let me finish that call. ಹೇಳಿ ಊರಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಹೇಳಿ.
ಒಂದು ವಾರ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಲ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಏನೋ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡುದು.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಏನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು 10:00 ಬನ್ನಿ, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಇದೆ. ಟೀಕ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡಿ, ಹಂಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, 10:00 ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಓಕೆ. Now we are back. Okay, good. So, when we go back, you visualize. In that, everything appears. See, let's take another example. First jhana. If you have really experienced first jhana, that is visualization. You will visualize and you know that you can go there. I have never done first jhana. I will ask, hey, tell me how it will be in first jhana. I say, you know what, this will be, or you will feel somebody is giving some massage to you. I know massage. I had gone to Thailand and I had a good massage. Okay. Now I sit. I'll ask, Aryu, tell me, how should I get into first jhana? Very simple, Vilas. It's nothing you need to do. Just take one subject. Okay, and then keep on contemplating on the subject. That's what I do, Vilas. I'm telling you. What I contemplate is Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. I tell 50 times, that's all. Okay, and it works. That's all I need to do. Yes, that's all. And you keep on thinking on that. Whenever some other thought comes, you keep on thinking on Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Okay, fine. That much you can do, right, Vilas? Yeah, I can do that. After 10 minutes, 50 over. But now I want that whatever that massage you said. So then I think that I have not done it properly. So again I utter another 50 times. Now this time when I do it, I feel my body is getting massaged. Okay.
Okay. Now you got it.
Now if you ask me, did you visualize or did you imagine? Actually I imagined because I want to achieve it.
He was not able to imagine earlier because he was restless. Now he becomes so calm that he can imagine
You
properly.
can imagine. Visualization means it's real. Like if I am in a subway train in US between New York and some other place. I have seen New York. Maybe not the New York today. Some years ago, New York. Okay. I'm visualizing that New York whenever I had seen. Now, if you give me New York, I have to imagine on top of this. Yes, are you?
Yeah, I guess I did not understand the difference between, I mean, of course, experiencing a person in person versus seeing him a picture. Is that the only difference of the fidelity of the picture? Let's say this, right? Let's say Apple Vision Pro can do a complete image capture.
No matter how much you do, unless you have the 5 senses which will take the snapshot, it is still not real.
But I mean, the other senses, we're mainly talking visual here, right? We're mainly talking.
No.
Feeling, don't forget, feeling is very important.
No, the mind is imagining it. See, you might ask this. In fact, if I were you, I'll argue like this at you. Now you have 4K walk. Okay. Los Altos. 4K walk. Okay. And I can keep on watching it. Keenly, it starts registering. Now you can say, Vilas, why you can't do it? Eyes are seeing. Sound are being heard. But what is missing? What is missing? The touch is missing.
I can give another example, better one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's say you bought a new house. That buying of new house gave you a feeling, right? But after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, that is dying down.
Correct.
But if you keep on renovating the house, changing the flower from this place to that place, the perception keeps on changing, and because perception keeps on changing, you get the old feeling back and back. If the house is same, that's why we keep on trying to beautify things, right? But first time you meet a girl, let's say, the feeling was so profound. But if you keep on daily meeting the same girl, the feeling is not that profound. For that, some beautification is needed, just to kickstart. Even drinking alcohol. First time drinking alcohol, the feeling was so profound. Now you need to drink more to get that feeling.
That's a very interesting thing, but I guess I still haven't understand exactly what.
Keep it aside. Okay. I want all of us, including me, to work out on that. This is a very key thing between. It's a subtle difference. It's not that it's a huge difference that imagination is one thing and visualization is another thing. Unless you get what is visualization for yourself, you are imagining it.
Mm.
And what I took from this discussion, and because we were discussing it since long time, difference between visualization. So what I took in this discussion is, if there is a feeling,
then you are visualizing it.
If there is a feeling or not, you have to be so much sharp enough to see that.
Yes.
Yeah. But let's say this VR thing, you wear it and you look around. It's almost as if you're standing there. And almost
is different than being there. you see how much VR you create. How much ever it is, it doesn't matter. How much ever. By now, it would have become the most popular thing. There are VRs. Even when I was into tourism, there were people that they gave me that to see New York and Sydney and Melbourne, New Zealand, and all that.
Are we talking about the difference of one sense versus many senses, or not just that? Just visual itself is different.
It's not going to work. Visualization includes all. See, somebody who never had a girlfriend, never had a girlfriend, will he visualize a girlfriend? Will he imagine a girlfriend? You tell me that.
That I understand, yes.
And that is all what it is. Now, he has a girlfriend. Should he imagine a girlfriend now?
He still could, right? I mean, if he imagined a different girl to be his girlfriend, that would be
No. You got it wrong. See, I don't have a girlfriend. You talk about girlfriend. What should I do now? Should I imagine or visualize? This is a very clear, straightforward answer. You will say imagine. So that's the reason I will say imagine you had a girlfriend. Or you will say imagine Vilas, you had a girlfriend. Do you say visualize Vilas, you have a girlfriend? No, why? Because you know you can't visualize. Because there is no experience of girlfriend. So what will you visualize? The feeling will give experience. Nothing as an experience.
The feeling is in the content, the raw thing.
Now, I have a girlfriend. I don't have your girlfriend. That's okay. But I have a girlfriend.
Yeah, you can get the feeling of that girlfriend and then visualize the beautiful girlfriend.
Or whatever. No, wait for a second. Now you say as an example, you say, I broke with my girlfriend. First and foremost, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't know what is to be with a girlfriend. And I don't know how the girlfriend will get broken also. Right? Because I don't have experience. Experience is Vedana. You get an experience out of it. Right? Imagination doesn't have any experience. What's the experience there? I'm taking some words and I'm imagining, oh, girlfriend. Yeah, I know girl. Friend of a boy is girlfriend. Right? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So before I come to India, right, and Bangalore, I've never met you. I met you on video for years. Would you say there's no experience of Vilas?
Yes.
There is.
Not full experience of Vilas. So you imagine many things.
Right. But I mean, at least a partial experience of Vilas, right? I mean,
no.
There's experience of Vilas. There is
the visualization, whatever you had on video, were so less that you imagined much bigger than that. Right?
Yes. But there is an experience of Vilas to an extent.
See, if you're quantifying it, it becomes unnecessarily complicated. Imagination, if I'm saying imagination, is an error. It's called as vipallasa. Okay, in Pali, it is vipallasa. So 3 vipallasas he talks about.
Error is right word.
Chitta vipallasa, ditti vipallasa, sanya vipallasa. Right? In fact, you see all the 3 here. You had the perception error, vipallasa. Then you had ditti vipallasa. Then you had chitta vipallasa. All the 3 vipallasa you had.
Yeah, I'm not just saying, I understand the difference. I mean, I know there's a big error before seeing you in person.
No, big or small is not a question. Don't quantify.
Okay. The question is, I met someone online for a long time. There is experience of that person, right? There is experience of that person.
See, there is. I will also give you another example. And I'll give you another example to this example, same example. I met Sachin. He has met me also, right? But the Shravasti, when we met, It was a totally different experience the first time I saw him.
Yeah, that I can understand, because this is, let's say, what 2D and all that stuff. I mean, so it's a very
No. So question is, did you corrected Sachin or not?
See, Aryu, it's like this. I would have seen me, I would have seen you. You miss the details in this. You are keen on details when we physically meet, and that's the reason physical meeting changes.
And after physically meeting, when you go back to America and see villas, now you cannot experience online also the same way you were experiencing earlier.
Exactly.
Because now you have information that you collected by physically meeting.
Yeah, but isn't perception always correcting like this? I mean, even when I meet villas,
Yes, it
it's
does.
still correcting. I still get a wrong perception. It's still
Perception keeps correcting.
It does.
Perception keeps correcting.
It does. It does. And that's the reason it is the Vipallasa here is Sanya Vipallasa has what? Nicha. The actual Vipallasa, the actual thing is Anicca. Right? But here I have Nicha. And the Dhitti Vipallasa is Atta. It should have been Anatta.
Oh, okay.
So wait for a second before we jump into many bandwagons. So let's understand. You have to really work out hard. This also includes me to see the difference between imagination and visualization. Okay, visualization should have had a past experience, which includes all the senses.
Yes. All the senses. Okay.
All the senses. Meaning, when I, Naveen, and Sachin met, first second of meeting, the very first second of meeting, you should observe. We don't observe it. It will correct itself. It will replace the previous image with the new image. And then that is visualization. From then onwards. Other than that, we are imagining.
Yes.
Okay. Now you might ask a question. Oh, you mean to say there is no feeling in imagination? There is. But it is Vipallasa. The feeling what you get when you really see, it's like this, Aryu. Take all the human beings out. Okay. Let's take iPod Pro. Do you think I have not seen iPod Pro? I've seen, right? Is that a imagination or a visualization at this point in time? It can be both. iPod Pro, what I have, iPod Pro, what you're bringing, are not the same. There is a difference. I can imagine the difference. I cannot visualize the difference. Right? Now you come to my home and you hand over that AirPod Pro, sorry, in my hand. Now what happens? I open it up. What's the difference between the previous one and new one? If you really see, but I am trying to feel it. Creating an experience out of it. Now in imagination there is no experience. No, that's exactly what I want to experience. VR is an experience. Will I get an experience? Yes, but still virtual. Yes, go ahead.
So let's say we're meeting online, right? And many times. So I can visualize meeting you online. That I can visualize.
Yes,
so
but
for that, I do have a feeling of
yes,
in that.
it's limited. It's limited. Okay. If it was so good,
that depends on memory. You have to recall that.
That's correct. So if it was so good, you would have, when we met, I wouldn't have been hunting to see you.
Yeah, definitely. It's a huge imagination. I know, because when I see you, it takes a lot of time for me to reconcile the both. Yes. You look different than what I imagined. So I understand that dissonance, but I was just qualitatively. I know you're saying it's not quantity, but I feel like qualitatively I have experience of vilas. It's just a
You
different.
would
It's just
see. I'm
Yeah.
not saying no. Like we three are meeting on video. We can't say that we are not experiencing. That would be too much harsh, to be honest. But it's not a real experience. It's a virtual experience which has gaps. So when you physically meet, you start covering up the gap.
yeah. Let's say you cover up major of the gaps. Right now, it's like 10%. That's a representation of the right thing.
Exactly.
And
So whatever you want to call as a percentage. So there is a gap. So when we meet physically, the gap is filled up.
But let's say we meet physically, but when we return home and the next day there again be a 1% gap because the day you would have shaved off, and so again the gap will be there,
Right. So initially you were imagining how the person is. Now you visualize how the person is. Add imagination on top of it rather than imagining the whole thing up. Yes, Sachin.
So the question is, this definition now we are in sync with, right? We understood clear about what is visualization and what is imagination. It is actually different from general understanding on the internet and everywhere people are discussing is not these wordings,
Correct. That's correct.
right? So this we have to say that this is Vilas definition.
Whatever. This is
Yeah,
your whatever.
Because now we are discussing, we are in sync with the meaning of visualization, imagination, but this word we cannot use outside. Because outside, or even if you Google on the internet, visualization means with visuals. Imagination means anything, right?
Correct.
Any image that comes in your mind, that's all.
Right. So that is the reason I'm telling you, using Buddha Dhamma, you have to learn two things. What is real imagination? What is real visualization? Because when he says Chakuncha Paticha Rupecha Upujati Chakku Vinyanam Tinna Sangati Phasso Phassa Pacha Vedana Yam Vedeti Tam Sanjanati is visualizing. You are literally getting the experience out of that.
And that's why when we say Manasikaro in 121, Culasuññatasutta, I was asking, we were discussing on that, and then said, no, you have to visualize, not imagine.
Exactly.
So,
if you don't have experience of forest,
forest.
imagining the forest, not really knowing what is a forest,
And that's why it will not work.
it will not work. Absolutely, it will not work. So if you have,
Could you share me a 4D video and ask me to watch that and then visualize that, and how would that be possible? If
To
it's,
recall your forest experience via that.
see, Aryu, so we have to change the subject which matches to your visualization.
You can see the video of forest, but if you have never been there and you have never experienced the peacefulness of the forest, how will you feel the peacefulness?
See-
Calling the peace means the feeling, right? So what he says is that visualize jungle means bring that feeling of peace into you.
Exactly. So if you don't have that, how will you ever create it? See, what you have not seen, you cannot visualize. You can only imagine it.
Yeah. The person who never been into jungle always stayed in a crowd of the town. If he sees how much perfect we are of jungle, he will say wow, but he will not feel the peace of the jungle.
yeah. Well, in that MN 121, he says visualize. Let's say visualize the whole earth covered in cow, whatever. But we've never been on the earth covered in cow,
That is visualizing the infinitude. Have you seen anything infinite in your
See,
life?
Aryu, first three, what is indicated in the Culasuññatasutta, you should have really got it. Otherwise, the fourth one will be an imagination. I'm telling you.
yeah.
And after that, it is dead story because fifth one is screwed up, sixth one is even more screwed up, seventh one you don't know what is he talking,
Yeah.
eighth one you don't know at all, ninth one is out of question.
That's why that cow simile, right? If you don't understand first one, don't go to third one. First,
That's a
from
very
first,
nice.
yeah, from first you go to second, and until you really experience, you cannot jump to third.
So we shouldn't be doing that. So as far as possible, I'm again using this as far as possible. As far as possible. In Buddha Dhamma, don't use imagination, because yatha bhuta jnana is non-imagination.
And that's why he says Nibbana, right? People are perceiving Nibbana.
Exactly, they're imagining Nibbana. There's nothing called imagine. Let me imagine Nibbana. That's the reason he shoots it down in the first MN1 itself, Mula Paryaya Sutta. And that's the only sutta. All the bhikkhus were not happy with what Buddha said because they had puffed up Nibbana. And he uses Nibbana itself, you shouldn't have.
Vilas was saying it is very important sutta, but I was not actually getting that weight of it until last month. I was thinking that it is just list of things, that's all.
But he said he did not say the person in there experiencing Nibbana is not real. He said he experienced it as real, but take it as money.
No.
His description is real.
See, what does he say? Patavim patavito sanjanati. Patavim manyati. Manyana means you already considered it. You've taken it. Patavim manyati. Patavim iti manyati. Patavim abhinandati. Now you put it on Nibbana. Same thing. He creates sanjanati. That means he imagines Nibbana is this.
So like that, only Buddha has got the touch of experience Nibbana and he's explaining to everyone. That is the difficulty, right?
Yes. So he uses all the 24.
Yeah, he's transferring his experience to people and he is also conscious that people don't imagine.
Yes. So the first thing we need to drop off when we are really practicing is imagination. It's good to visualize. Absolutely fair. You should visualize, not imagine. Vikalpa shouldn't be there. I'll just digress a little. You go to Patanjali Yoga Sutra. He also says the same thing. Pramana viparyaya vikalpa nidra smataya. He also explains what is vikalpa. He says you are imagining something which never exists. Viparyaya. Viparyayo mithya jnanam atadrupam swarupam. What is not there, you are taking it. Vikalpa. Kalpana is to imagine. Vikalpa means completely imagine. That means you are giving life to something which never exists. Yatha bhuta jnana is something which is exactly there. Bhuta.
And even Goenkaji used to say about sugar, right? How much ever hundreds and thousands of pages you describe what is sugar. Instead of that, better you try put an effort in getting the sugar and putting in your tongue.
Mouth. Exactly. So writing a thesis on sugar is imagination. Putting the sugar in the mouth, that the person will be. You understood sugar? Can you explain sugar? Got it. That is.
And now you go back to the thesis and you say everything is right.
Sugar is this, sugar is that. So imagination is thesis on sugar. Visualization is what you experienced as sugar. Why? It should involve vinyana, sanya, chetana, mansikara, which is part of vinyana only. So all the nama and rupa should be there, intact.
Once you had the sugar, now you can additional imagination you can keep on doing, right? Red sugar, white sugar, I'm eating that sugar, that factory sugar. But it is useless until you first time had a sugar.
See, first time smoking. I'll give another simple example. I have never smoked in my life. And you explain to me, Vilas, the first drag, what you get? Drag? What is drag? Hey, you don't know drag, man. When you do like this, the drag is, this is called drag. Oh. Am I visualizing or imagining? I'm imagining the drag. Okay. Okay. Now, like that you should do. But I heard that it will, you get cough and all that. Yeah. First one you'll get it. But after that, so nice. And you can do some designs and other things. Yep, go ahead.
So imagination, it's not to say imagination does not give an experience. It does
will.
give
It will.
Yeah. And it could even be better than the real thing. Let's say I met a girlfriend online for many months. I imagined her to be like this and this. And when I meet her, she turned out to be a different person, sound different, you look different, completely crushed my imagination, right? So I'd rather not see her now. I'd rather go back and chat with her. So it feels like that's the better feeling.
Yeah, so the right word I could it just got me is like the dryness and wetness is the better word. The imagination is dry. How much ever beautiful it is, but visualization is wet in the sense that it has the wetness of feeling.
See, instead of complicating so much, reality, not we are. Reality is visual, visualization. Imagination is VR. Not that it doesn't have an experience, so don't take that. It has error of experiences.
Is dream the first or the second? Dreaming is of,
Imagination.
Oh, dreaming is of imagination.
Dreaming is imagination. The mind imagines whatever it wants.
Actually, in the dream. Oh, so it's devoid of the six senses.
Yes, it is. No, it is. Now, lucid dreaming. Lucid means awareness. With awareness, you're dreaming. You're in that with complete awareness.
But still don't have the six senses. It's still not a full experience.
It is full experience. Now you can go. That is what he says in DN2. DN2, what does he say? He is talking about astral travel. It's there.
But you said the dream, you never have the six senses.
Yes, have you dreamt? You have dreamt, and do you have six senses in that? No, because there's no experience provider. Meaning the six senses are not there. Five senses are not there with the mind to take that experience, right?
But the fear, the emotions are all real per se. I mean, it's as real as the emotion as you feel here.
Sometime you get up. Not every time you see a what I can say, a nightmare, you're going to get up. Or let's say you are why nightmare? You are having a fantastic time with a girl, right? Fantastic time, never had. But you don't get up and remember, and even if you remember it, you know it is just a dream.
But he's screaming, let's say he's sleeping, he's shouting, screaming, no,
All that
he's
will happen. All that
he's not waking up.
He's not getting up. So, Aryu, do one thing. Do one small favor to me. Really see what happens. See, this is where I'm telling you, for all of us, including me, we can write thesis on imagination, visualization, and we can, now it is 9:44 here, we can be talking on the subject till evening. Absolutely no problem. But you will not get, because there is still an imagination of whatever we are talking.
Yes.
When you get it, your questions will get answered. You will not. That's the reason Buddha Dhamma, Yatha Bhuta Jnana is actual experience. It's not a weird imagination. Like, if I take a religion, they say,
When he says Yatha Bhut, he's trying to say don't imagine.
yes, exactly. See, when I say like this, there is God sitting in heaven. God is an imagination. Heaven is an imagination. Now you have to rely on imagination. You see this fun. Nobody has seen heaven. Nobody has come back from heaven saying that, hey, I went to heaven and this is how it looks. Right?
And if the teacher is real, he will try to say, I want you to really experience the God.
Yes. So now the question comes. If it is an imagination, I can keep on imagining it for the complete life.
Yeah.
One day I will have this, one day, and say, I dreamt God in my dream. What?
For most people, when they're meditating, a lot of people see visuals, right, of a Buddha appearing and all that. Is that imagination?
Imagination, yes. It's imagination.
And none of it's visualization.
In fact, if you attend Vipassana of Goenka, he will say, ignore all of that. Whatever experience you're getting, throw it out. It just throw it out. Just throw it out, throw it out, throw it out. Why? Because it will create imagination. The moment you take it, it creates an imagination. It's not yatha bhuta jnana.
And when it is not imagination, you are saying, okay, I'm not saying, everyone is saying, even Buddha, that you will know that you know.
Exactly.
And for that, you never need an explanation. You will not even ask, I heard this, can you explain me?
Yes.
If that state you achieve, that state of 100% assurance that no one need to clarify you, that will be real.
Yes.
See, it's
Yes.
like this, Aryu. Am I a Sotapanna? Is an imagination. If you experience Sotapanna, who is going to answer to you? You can now visualize as much as you want what is Sotapanna, and it'll never break. Now, imagination on Sakadagami, imagination on Anagami, imagination on Arhat. Let's say we are talking about Arhat. If we were Arhat, will you talk about Arhat?
Yeah, and there is no arhat that I know. So who will confirm whether I have become arhat or not? Right?
No.
That will never happen. I am the only person on earth, but still I know that I am arhat.
Correct.
So sure. In the I go back to what Sachin said about the outside world. They use this word visualization, but all they mean is imagination. Right? They visualize being in this house, experience.
Actually, they are
try
talking
to-
about imagination. They are saying
Yeah,
imagination.
it
in
is
this house.
imagination. Yeah, I mean, they talk about the feeling component as if you draw from your previous experience to make it as real as possible, which is better than pure imagination. At least you're drawing from some experience.
Exactly. It's like this. Believe that you are married. But I have a girlfriend right now. I am not married. Believe that you are married. Now, I believe. Yeah, I'm believing. Okay. When you are married, and I'm married. Okay. Then what happens? When you're married, you will come to know how the girlfriend is. Yeah. And okay. Imagine now you see how the words we play with. Imagine touching her. No idiot will say visualize touching her.
Yeah, this touching, I understand this, but this marriage itself is the imagination, right?
Yeah,
So I mean, the whole marriage is the imagination. I mean, you said there's no marriage. Yeah.
That's
And
right.
actually, we are using this word also. We can say, imagine you are in America, right? Okay, I'm imagining. To confirm what we ask, do you feel it?
Yeah, do you feel it? So now I say, yeah, I'm feeling America, let's say, right? From where is he getting it? He has either seen it, something, okay, some written thing, some visual thing, some video, whatever, etc., and he is creating something out of it. That something is papancha sanyas sankha.
In the same way, I can ask you, imagine that you are in Nibbana. But when I say, do you feel the Nibbana? Then you will break.
Yeah, this kind of experience I can understand the difference, but this marriage example got me confused because marriage itself, you can never really experience marriage, I suppose. I mean, it's an imagination to in the first place. You see a paper and you feel I'm in marriage.
Hold on. While you are in Bangalore, Sachin is also there. Shreyas is also there.
Probably because you haven't yet felt it.
I will make you experience what is marriage.
Oh, don't get us married.
So don't worry.
So you meant to say been married so many years, I have not experienced marriage.
I didn't say anything. You are saying it, so I will show you how to experience marriage.
I said that.
Okay, so I will tell you how to experience marriage. Not now, not today, but anyway, when you are, because that requires a physical presence.
Of mind.
No, not needed a wife. We all know what is marriage. So when we meet, we can now see what is marriage. Because all the three of us are married. Right? We are separated, whatever secondary, but we are married. So we know what is marriage. So
And you cannot do that to Shreyas, right?
Shreyas, we will anyway, whenever he comes, but you both will be there on first, right? So we can have fun. Hey, by the way, Sachin, my wife has become your fan.
What I did.
I don't know what bit her. She is very excited of meeting you, and she says that Sachin is so good. He asks these questions. She keeps on hearing. So she says, wow,
I asked good question.
such a transformation. I said, wow, yeah, that's correct.
Probably I said no, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ
No, not because that you spoke in Kannada. No, it got nothing to do with your speaking in Kannada. She keeps on attending. Whenever you come, she keeps hearing from the room. Okay, so she gets that. Anyway, so let's end it for today on only imagination and visualization, and we'll meet Monday with whatever we wanted to discuss on that sutta.
Okay, last quick question. For people who have not really gotten visualization, do you meant to say most of us do not know what visualization is?
Yes, absolutely.
So we basically do not have an idea of what visualization is because we have
Not
visualized.
visualization as per Buddha Dhamma. You might know visualization as a concept. Again,
Sure. That of course, yes.
that's a concept, but not visualization per se of what Buddha says.
Okay.
Especially
You're realizing visualization.
No,
You
not
have
Vilas visualization. No, what I'm trying to say is, especially when you try out Culasuññatasutta, you'll come to know the difference between imagination and visualization. You will not be able to proceed. I'm telling you. No matter what he has indicated there, you will not be able to proceed. And you know the limitation.
Yes. I think I can understand when you say there's no other things and there's only this room. So in your perception, there's only this room. That's a real feeling, right?
Yes,
Like
absolutely.
And it's different from, okay.
Now, when you go outside and go to your office, still you can visualize this room empty there.
Exactly.
That's
And you
the
can
point.
be there in this room while you're sitting in the office.
And that will not be imagination.
Correct.
It's not that you have to be in this room to visualize this room to be empty.
But I have to know the trick of visualization.
Yes.
I'm trained to do that. I will not be able to do it. I can
Exactly.
imagine.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, so good day and good night, and meet you on Monday at same time. Bye-bye.